Good afternoon, everybody. I'm happy to see you all. Happy spring. It's changed to spring since we last saw you. And do you know why it's a especially happy day today? Somebody has to know. Day after Bach's birthday. Who celebrated Bach's birthday yesterday? Yay. Okay, day after Bach's birthday. So today, also, we should be happy because we have not one but two violists playing for us today. And we have an amazing viola teacher here today, a wonderful musician who's been with us a number of times, and we hope he will be with us a lot of other times in the future because it's always a great visit, Mr. Steven Tenenbom. And just in keeping with things, today our violist will be playing all Bach. And I think I mentioned in my weekly notice to you all, some of the most perfect music ever written is Bach's unaccompanied music for strings, both for violin and for cello. But you say, what's happening? We have viola here. And it turns out that the viola population is very lucky in that the cello suites translate very well for viola and have become a real staple of their repertoire. So today we'll hear from Shiwoo and Aiden Lee. They're both students of Mr. Marvin Moon, and they will be playing unaccompanied Bach. Our first player today will be Shiwoo, and he is playing the first music from the first cello suite, the prelude, and maybe the sarabande, we say, but definitely the prelude. So, Shiwoo.
Hey, Shiwoo, why don't you play both movements, and then we'll talk. All right. really good spirit, and maybe we can talk a little bit about artistry, because I think that's kind of where we all want to be. You know, what is an artist? It's like, you know, somebody draws. No, I think artistry is communicating feelings to people who are listening to the music. And so I think here's a really great line. And for all of you young people, it won't mean that much to you. I think your parents, it'll mean a lot more to it. But the notes that you're playing, they're not your children, and so therefore you don't have to love them all the same. Some of the notes you get to play like less and more and stuff like that. And I think that's where the magic in music comes actually in making those feel like they're going ba 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 and ba ba ba. They're feeling like, you know, lifting up, hoping for something, and then settling, or like the tides come in and out. So I think that if we focus on that, can I ask? You're doing this all separate bows because Marvin. All right, Marvin. Whatever Marvin wants is right. Okay. But even with separate bows, I think it's probably to feel the rhythm. It's really hard to do It's because it's awkward. It's 3 notes and then you have 5 notes to get back to the other one. So let's say, but still without the slurs, can we make it sound a little bit like it has the same effect of this chordal thing of that kind of thing. So rather than that to me, if I'm listening to it, anybody have thoughts of what that feels like in terms of what it feels like to anybody? You know, like picture of any picture. If I play like that, don't all talk at once, please. Okay. Yes.
Like a chainsaw.
Yeah, it's like a chainsaw or something. It's like a machine. So let's get it. Maybe this piece is really. It's just like there are chords in there, right? So can we play? Let's do it on an open string once. We'll even simplify it maybe on a D string. Copy me for a second. So I'm going to pretend I'm going. So I'm going to go. So it's a little bit like a brook flowing or something like that. Can you do that on an open string? And let's because you're going to be an artist, that I would love to feel like you give yourself a little bit of a cue as if you're conducting, and that you put the bow down always with, put the bow down and you're going to make the most beautiful sound, even if it's a strong sound. Don't put your bow down and go, that's a little bit mechanical. Yeah, well, a wood chopper, we're going to call you. Chainsaws are later on, but these guys are called wood choppers. You know, we don't want to be, okay, so let's be like really expressive. Good. So now we'll make it a little more simple. We'll do the same thing, because I know you're trying to be musical in your body now. Let's go long bows, and then each bow slightly Can we try that? So you don't have to hold and do the bit like long bow and then left. Like it's a spring and it goes wah 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 wah. Like it has this kind of reflexive thing. You know, it does it all on its own. Okay? Good. Now, can you play now? Do that now. Give yourself, yeah. So let's Yourself like a, like I'm conducting, I go, everybody play, or here it is. Okay? Like just go, both hands. And, great. That's really good. That's tons better. To feel better to you, it's like, it's more emotional. And I mean emotional like this kind of emotion, but it gives you a feeling of kind of what he was going at. I think he was just going, and you might say, okay, repeats, right? Each half measure repeats. So maybe the second half is a little bit of a, whatever it is, an echo. Right? And then that's a cool chord. Right? We're just trying to fit in. And if you can hear how the sound decays. Yeah. So if we feel, I want to feel like that I'm writing that kind of sound in my head. And then, that it's natural. It's sort of la-da. Got that? Okay, so we sort of got that. Here's the other thing. Generally, physically, are up bows or down bows stronger? Just down bows are stronger. So how do we counteract that? Because we don't really want to feel like I don't want to feel like that. It gets to be a little chainsaw like over it. So maybe let's do a couple of those. Let's do that a little slowly. Like we're gonna go a little that. I know you can sound just like that. I know you can do that. I can almost feel I can feel you do that. That's a habit that you do. So you know what else? Let me have you go for a second. Okay, so can you just like shake your arm out like this? Like that. All right. So now let's do you know what happens when you do that, like even muscle wise? When you go like this muscle, your tricep contracts actually, right? Like that, extend your arm, right? And then the other way is your bicep, right? So you go like this, and the thing is to make sure that releases, one, and then make sure the back one releases, you go one, like that. And so this feels like nothing's happening, right? So when you're playing and you're trying to get a little bit of music going and stuff like that, it's true. I've been asking you to do that. But let's feel like we're going even rougher on the A string because it's so bright and it's so dark. You have to kind of lean on the G a little bit. But as I said, that try not to get this part of your arm involved in there too much because that's clumsy. You do it again? So softer, lighter on the A, a little deeper on the G. So, like on the A, you're gonna try and go a little bit like that. Real slowly. Let's counteract. Let's go. Let's really dig into it, and let's make it the opposite. So, pianissimo on the A is better. It's really better. I know what it is. It's really hard to do this. I think it's too fast what you're doing. So you might have to slow it down. And who likes practicing slowly? Who likes it? Who enjoys it? What the heck's wrong with all you people? I know it's so hard to do. It's so hard to do at a young. You know, we're all impatient. But you know, if you practice like. Then you have time to think about it. So it's a little too fast in your head to remember that you're supposed to do that up bow. So two things. Let's make it super gluey, and then when we get to the A, if that's what it takes in terms of speed. Let's you be the hero here, and you like to walk around after we leave today and say you have to practice slowly. Okay, you be the slow practice policeman. Okay, one again. Yeah, getting there. Yeah. See, it's smoother. You know, you don't have to you don't have to lunge at notes, and I think that's part of the reason of is everything has a little bit too much articulation for now. Okay, good, great. What's the music doing at this part here? You know, after we play it. What's happening after that? Can you tell a little story or something about it?
I mean, it just kind of feels like it's kind of like resetting from like the climax almost. After the climax, we just slowly. I just feel like it just restarts.
Yeah. Well, let me offer something else. So you play. We're on this thing which is the scale. That's the again. I think we realize that we're not home anymore, and that we're a little lost, and we're trying to find our way back. There's that D kid. You know, so like, I want you to try and make a kind of a magical feeling of like your sound becomes diffused, like a. Let's start. Can you do that? Yeah. So each one. So let's make every note a little different. So play the top D. That's much better. Shiwoo, okay. Let's do another. Do me another favor. We have to break the habit of down, up, down, up, down, up. So that's okay. So I want you to play it backwards. Play the whole thing backwards. So just start on the A now, on the second, on the down bow. So it's really good. I think if you start to get in your ear that the rising and falling is really gonna help you. Okay, so I think this is a real low point. Yeah, and I want you to play like. Now you get to do lots of strong downloads, but I want the A to sound about that loud for a long time. Can you make that A sound like I just did? Like, yeah. Right. Just start on the F sharp like I just did now. Hear the A's. I mean, I want you to try to play this. Let's see. Did you ever play that game? This is a very mean thing, but you say who can hit each other the softest, and then you say, then you go like this, and I go like that. And I say, oh, I guess I lost. It's a joke. Okay, but let's see who can play the A the softest. So I'll try it. I bet you can play softer than that. Great. Yeah, how's that feel? Tough. It's a little, you have to really think about it. Okay, so last thing, we have to stop like at 10 after the...
Yeah, about 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay, good. So, how many ways are there to cross, like how do you cross strings? Showing all the different, the different pieces. So what's the most, what you call it, let's call it the clumsiest way. What's the...
Just use your whole arm.
Good, okay. Next less clumsy.
Use like low upper half of your arm.
Or this part, like whatever that is, like a car or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, next. You could be a teacher. You're really good. So, but here's where the thing is that I see your arm is a little bit locked, and so in music everything is in curves. So I would. That's what I would do. And so I would use mostly wrist and kind of fingers. And if you put more your plane of playing, where the direction you're going, a little bit up here, when you get to the A string, it doesn't come out loud because you're already in a kind of a weak position. If I'm So can I hold your arm a little bit? Let's play some of it. First of all, you use your wrist, and like have you practiced stuff with your wrist?
Oh,
Kind of, yeah. Well, there you already know. It's like, yeah. So your wrist is probably easy to do this. Less natural to hold your hand up this way. So let's feel like we're gonna go body, X, body, body, body. It is a circle, so let me kind of immobilize your arm. Okay, let's grab on you. And about right here. And then the further out, actually, the more you have to do this, which is actually good. So play. How soft he is. You keep going. And then you gotta have skill to do this as well. Then you can, as you go along, you can start to use your forearm a little bit. But I wouldn't use my forearm even to cross strings. And did you ever watch The Wizard of Oz? So you're the Tin Man right now. Oil. So we're going to just start using it, and it feels not so fun at first because it's hard to do. And what separates the wheat from the chaff, or the people who do really well, is that they'll do whatever it takes, even though it's not that much fun to start with. So I would go into my practice room and I'm going to say, I'm going to do all these. Okay, it feels lousy. It doesn't feel quite as loud. It starts to sound pretty good. Oh, this is really great now. And after a few minutes you do it. But if you if you restrict yourself to doing things that you feel comfortable with all the time, that'll be like hitting a brick wall all the time. And so those string crossings are going to work well, and then you can, as it gets to be more and more, you can incorporate other things. It's not just one or the other, but learn how to use this part of your wrist. Is like magic. You can do so many things. It's like when you're playing. There's a place where the violas go. And if you use your whole arm to go, you're just gonna fall out after about 30 seconds. So I learned how to use like I'm just shaking, like I'm almost shaking. In the old days we used to have thermometers. You shook like this, and then pretend I'm like shaking something out. Do you have any questions before we stop?
No, not.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You sure? This is the last chance. Ding, ding, ding. No, you don't have to have anything, but I would. So no two notes are the same.
Yeah.
Right? No two notes. Right, and I just feel and try and make everything kind of musical. You know, cute, expressive, and musical. No chainsaws. I'm going to use that for the rest of my life. That's good. Okay? Bravo on your playing. Thank you very much.
He's got a trademark on
The chainsaw?
on good analogies. Yeah. Next week we have back kids.
That was good. You know, it's like I was going to say. You know, it's like some sort of machine. It's a machine of some sort. You caught it right on the button there.
I'm so sorry. I said Shiwoo's name wrong. It's Shiwoo Kim, and I said on. His stand partner is Joshua on, and I just.
Okay.
I'm entitled like one real big zinger on every week, and I hopefully that
Well,
was it.
that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, but we wanted to get that right because we wanted the right person credited. Thank you, Shiwoo. Okay, our next performer is also a student of Mr. Moon. It's Aiden Lee. Aiden will be playing the prelude to the third cello suite I bought. Aiden?
yeah, you have a good feeling for the piece. Do you have any things that are like are bothering you a little bit that you want to look at? Oh. I mean the kind of the chords that you're holding and that stuff. Well, that's kind of a pain. That stuff, especially when you have to play like C and D natural and C and stuff like that, and you can't get in the way of the strings. It's not easy, but just make sure. So when you're playing, it's these chords. Is that thing there? Where is it? Is it within the passage, or does it start right away, or? Yeah. Isn't that beautiful? Let me see we'll get to that in a second. But I just love it's and then it's did I write that chord? Those are really beautiful harmonies. And just musically speaking, I would probably feel like the probably play a little bit that way in terms of making them compare to each other. And as we go up, maybe they can become equal. But I think the first one is like C major, and then like a little bit of a magical place, right? And so forth and so on. But anyway, let me watch you play that section a little bit. When you say the word squeeze, and you squeeze the word squeeze, it comes out squeeze. So I think you're squeezing a little too much. Can you, let's play with your fingers so light that as if you're playing harmonics on it. So just sit it on the top of the finger. Let's just hear the whistles of it. Yeah, like, yeah, okay. Yeah, and let's do that with the bow. Let's feel like the bow's really light too. So. Good. Now do it again, and now apply. Let's say that's like zero pressure. Let's go to 25% of the string. So you can even see if you had like a little tape measure here, you would feel like that's all the way down, that's all the way up. We're going to go like there, not even halfway down. Okay, let's go to 43.7%. That's why that's 180% on that one. So you can still see the string. You should look down and you should see air under the, a little light under the string. Good. Go now go to 67% or something, you know. So you can hear it. Yeah, I think that's really good. And then if you feel like your fingers are, if you feel like your fingers are weak because you're doing that, and you want to get a little more balance on your fingers, I'd come around just a little tiny bit there, so you're this way on there. So that, and just like think of that kind of leverage that way as providing a little bit of the weight in the string. You want to just basically not squeeze here. So if I touch this while you're playing, even these the joint should be a little free there. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's good. So, yeah, your tendency is, I think, as you try to put effort in, it doesn't sound good and it's not in tune, we tend to grip more. And I think we should find a way. And I think part of it is this is what's making actually that. And then we get that sound. That's a squeezy sound, and we want to feel it. Okay, and then you put the notes down. Like I just played my A was like really out of tune. I didn't like go gripping too hard. So what we're going to find is like target practice, and you'll get better. If it doesn't sound good, go back and put your finger down a little. Re-aim your finger a little slower. Call it either. That's good. Yeah, so your fingers, when you lift your finger up, you should go into this neutral, like really loose position. That's big. It doesn't take a long time to do it, but you have to be like a drill master there, and you say, okay, I lifted that finger. Is it like, does it look like this in the mirror? My second finger, does it look like this, or does it look like this? See, I also feel philosophically that this is the most relaxed position of my fingers. It's like I'm sitting, like I'm sat on a couch, and I have them there, and it's just kind of the weight of the fingers sinking down into the string that creates it. If I like that, and I took the viola away, my hand would look like this. It would feel like crap. Right? And so, does that work? Oh, sorry. So, right, and they're resting. And then when I lift them, the lifting is also resting. I'm going to lift them like that. So put your hand up like this. Just not on the string. Just like let them go. You should rest about, like a eighth of an inch or quarter of an inch above the string. And they're going to go like that, and then they're going to come down and play a note. And these three guys are going to be like really loose. The third finger is going to be, and you'll know if you watch yourself, if you make a video of yourself, and you're able to play to the point where you can't see which finger you're using. That was my wife who was here a couple weeks ago. She has the most phenomenal technique, and the beauty of it. And when I watch her play, I can't tell if that her second finger that's playing the note, or a third, or I can't really tell because her fingers are going like this, or like that. So don't squeeze. All right, here's the other. So I don't talk all day. It's beautiful playing. Bow distribution is an issue here. When you have a single note and the notes really pop out. So I want you to start playing, and then we'll talk about a couple other things, like I guess you don't play. Let's start. So I was going to say it's the same. You have the opposite problem sometimes. Like some of the up-bows are too staff. Let's start. when you change the bow there, that it doesn't have a stab on that. I think it's more smooth. Yeah, and that even because you're trying to get back to the frog first. You don't have to go to the frog. You don't have, yeah, you know what I mean. So you wouldn't sing that, right? La da dee da da la da dee da dee da la. Probably a little more evenly. So do it from there. Sing a little slower. La da dee da da. It's not quite, you know, you hit, and also it's the A string thing, right? That A string is so much brighter, so every time you touch the A string, you should just kiss it a little bit. Up. Let's do that. I think it was the G sharp. Oh, that's the D, sorry. So like I said, okay, if I use 1 inch of bow, let's say if I use all those notes or 1 inch of bow, how much is the up bow? You want to try another guess? You know, just philosophically, if I'm only using 1 inch of bow for all the other notes, well, how much bow should I use for the up bow? How do you know that? No, that's really good. So then, what do you have to do? You probably, I mean, you know, you can cheat a little bit, but if I'm not sure how you bow it, but that should get really no more bow than any of the others of the same value. It's like it's like so stupidly simple. It's kind of stupid, but we don't really follow it because the tendency is on an up bow we want to go to the frog, and that's what we're taught when we're that big. And now we're brainwashed, and we have to stop ourselves from trying to go too far to the frog. So then you should say, well, then I get stuck at the tip, and then what do I do? Well, the first thing you do is you play, you concentrate the bow. Then you can get to the tip like that naturally. So try and play only going out to here for the first 7 notes. You exaggerate, like to do that is sink in the string a little bit more. And when you sink in the string here, the bow is very sticky there. It's really loose there. So use the contact point as like a adhesive. Like you can make your bow go slower. But slower and nice sound. Great. Can you do it to the middle of the bow? Just to force yourself to exaggerate. Too much bow. Too much bow. Very good. Yeah. Let's keep that in mind. Let's do that. Do that again. And that normal, like in written tempo. this is a little bit of a change in direction. Can you play the slurred notes? Can you just play the sort of la-da-dee, da-da-dee, da-da-dee, da-da-dee? Just play those back and forth. Yeah, so they kind of go to the third note. I'm not sure how you go, but like let's not go. Let's not play the first note as strong. Good. Now add the other notes. So, from what we've talked about before, what's a better way to handle the bow strokes? So now you have 3 inches or 3 notes in this much bow, and then you have 1 note that is the same. Yeah. So what do we do? Should we instead of doing an inch for each of the slurred notes, should we do like 2/3 of an inch and then a little bit more for the separate bow? So. So we do that. So we'll play really light, so we can use a little bit more bow for the separate note. I guess you do down and up, but concentrate, condense the bow for the make the slow bow as you can on the slurred notes, and a light bow on the separate notes. So we're going to try and go. What's the littlest amount of bow you can use for those 3 notes? Okay. So and then we go. So you have to. It's a little bit smoke and mirrors. You have to. And you won't be able to do it fast. So let's do it as slow as it takes right now. So let's concentrate on the little bit. Focus. Yeah. Good. Feels weird, doesn't it? Yeah. But you're a master now. That's good. And I swear, maybe I don't. I do some of that, right? It's a little bit complicated, but I think that's what makes the music sound better. Good. So my main thing is it sounds awesome. Let's just check out in the last couple minutes we have here. Let's check out some of these chords. All right. So let's go from. You see what he's doing here? He goes down stepwise. So they're all going down there. So don't cheat the bottom note. Really, maybe you can even kind of sit on it for a second when you get to those chords. Good. That's much better. Great. So this music, music is also, it's not played squarely in that. It's like this. When we play, when we play this note, it sounds like this is that's a really good note. But let's go backwards. Let's go crescendo from the bottom. So this note is like, how many are there? There's 12 notes in the measure. Let's say that's 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to the downbeat. Boom, dee da da dee da 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 ba 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 boom. Does that make sense? So the second note is a little begins a crescendo. And you go from the E natural come it comes too soon, the third beat? What do you think? I'll tell you what I think. If you run out of bow, like that's right. I see. Good. And then the first note after that tie is probably the same thing. Right. So listen to play. So play the. This is the one with the. Yeah, the C major with just arrived, and listen to the diminuendo on your first note. Da, 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 and play your second note exactly where the first note ends. You know what I mean? So it makes a little taper, and you start there. Good. Great. Yeah, it was a pleasure. You have any questions before we stop? Okay, so just you have to listen really hard. And I know you do listen, but listen for those notes that kind of just pop out and stab you, because I think it's accidental phrasing is what it is. It's not quite what you mean to do. And if you don't know, you should sing your part. Everybody should sing in their practice room, and I know nobody does, but in your practice room nobody's listening. So dee la da dee da la da dee da la da dee da la da dee wah dee da da. You can build up as you go along. You can do whatever you want to do, but if you sing, you go, oh, that's what I want to do. Because when we play on our instrument, it kind of doesn't really produce what we feel inside our head. Any other thoughts? You sound awesome. I really enjoyed it. Congratulations. Thank you.
Please join me in thanking Mr. Tenenbom one more time. It's always great when you come to visit us.
I'm already looking forward to the next one.
Cool. That's great. We are too. So everybody, next week is a student recital hour, and we have a number of you in the room who are playing next week. So that's great. And everybody get to your other rehearsals. And go listen to some Bach this weekend. Happy birthday, Bach.
Remind me of